Okay, guys, so today what we're going to do is we are going to go over chapter 11, which talks about dealing with adversity. But before we did that, what I want to do is I want to hop into the homework. So the homework was to share gratitude with someone on your team. Who'd like to go first and share what they shared?
I will.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll pull up what I said. So I talked to Scotty, and basically what I said was, I just wanted to say thank you for being my best friend ever. I don't think I've ever had a tighter friendship than the one we have, and you push me to be the best person I can be every day. So I just wanted to say thank you.
That's fantastic. How did you share that with him?
Over text.
How did he respond?
He said,
"Why are you killing him? This is not your space."
"Yeah, of course, man. You always keep me honest and have my back and make me successful on and off the field. And thanks always for being my best friend and always being there for me."
So how do you think he felt based on that message you sent?
I think he probably felt good.
Right. And so he's a teammate of yours in life. I mean, he's a teammate of yours in baseball, but he's a teammate of yours in life, right? So what do you think happened to your relationship when you shared that?
It got better.
It got better, right? And you guys both want to accomplish big things. And so how are you guys moving forward now? Do you think you're going to move better together to accomplish the big things and or farther apart?
Better together.
And so I want you to remember that anytime you go into a situation with a team, the fastest way to bond is to share gratitude and encouragement with other people, right? It's not to tear people down, because when you start tearing people down, what happens?
You move farther apart.
You move farther apart and you don't help each other. But when you share gratitude, you have those feelings. All right, good job.
Yeah.
It was fantastic, Brady. Who else has something?
I do.
Okay.
I showed gratitude to my brother. I went up to him and said, "Thank you for always pushing me and encouraging me when we work out together or just at home or anything like that."
What did he say?
He said, "Thank me." Problem.
Okay. So you shared that verbally, right?
Mm.
That's fantastic. It takes a lot of courage sometimes to be able to say nice things like that to other people. And I think it's fantastic that you do that. You should continue to build and push that. Now, let me tell you something though. Sometimes it's really important to put those things in writing. Can anybody tell me why putting them in writing is important? Cap?
Because you have
telling
like
someone versus writing it down.
Writing it down. You can like kind of versus like just telling them. You're kind of or texting. You're kind of just like on your phone, like not really paying probably as much attention as you were like kind of writing it and making it probably more sincere.
Yeah, and it's not that it's not as sincere, because right when you tell somebody something, I hope you mean it sincerely. But sometimes when you take the time to write it down, the sentiment that the person receives is even better. And you know, when my kids write stuff down for me, do you know what I do with it?
You
What do you
keep
do
it.
with it?
I don't shred it, right? What's the opposite of shredding it?
You
I keep it, right? I've got a folder. And then, you know what? When times get tough, you know what I do?
You look at your folder.
I look at my folder and I open it up and I go, wow, okay, hey, I got people on my team. You know, I got people that matter to me. Do you guys understand that?
Yeah.
So I think that's really cool. And I want you guys to remember that. And especially with your parents, I think that's a great thing to do. So good job, Jordan. That's fantastic. Who else has got something to share?
Yeah, I'll go. I said, "Dear Mom and Dad, thank you for giving me academic and athletic opportunities. Thank you for checking my grades and supporting me in school. Thank you for bringing me to all my games on time, whether it's Arizona or Mather. And finally, thank you for being my mom and dad. I know it's hard."
That is really cool. And knowing you, Cap, it is hard. No, I'm teasing. You're a great kid, Cap. But how did they react when they got that?
They're just super happy and they're like, "Thank you, Jack. This means a lot, you know."
That's cool.
Yeah.
And so here's the thing with your parents, right? We talked about this last time. Out of everybody in the world, who's going to support you the most?
Your parents.
Your parents, and probably your mom, because she gave birth to you, right? But how often do we take time to share our appreciation with them?
Once a year.
Probably twice a year
Yeah,
on
not
their
as much
birthday
as
and Mother's Day.
not as much as we should, right? And your parents are grinding it out every day. They're making dinner, they're getting you to your spots, they're paying for things for you, the whole bit. And so once in a while, taking the opportunity to write something down like that, it's invaluable beyond measure. What's really cool, what's going on at my house this week is my kids are each taking a day to cook dinner. Is that a way of showing gratitude?
Oh, I'm doing that too.
Yeah, is that a way of showing gratitude?
Yeah.
Why is it a way of showing gratitude?
So they don't need to make it.
Yeah, right. And it gives you the appreciation for what goes into what?
Making it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's another way to show gratitude. Who else has something? Yeah, Cade, you got something for us?
I
I
do.
have one.
Okay, go ahead.
I said to mom and dad, thanks for believing in me and getting me places. Everything you do for me, I appreciate and value, whatever it is. From work straight to practice is hard and you do it without a problem.
That's fantastic. Did you write that down, Kate, or did you tell them that?
I wrote it down.
And what did they say when they got it?
They were just like, I hope you actually really value it at this time, because it's not going to be like that forever when you like move out and stuff.
That's
Like,
cool.
you're gonna have to do it on your own.
And that's a really important piece. Is they have this saying that says you don't know what you have until it's gone, right? And that's something that if you sit back and reflect what other people are doing for you right now to enable you, you're really not going to have the full appreciation until it's not there. Or, Gavin, you make dinner, right?
Yeah.
Because you make dinner and then you realize, geez, my mom goes through a lot of work, or my dad goes through a lot of work. That's pretty cool. Good job, Cade. Proud of you, bud. Gav, you got something for us?
Yeah. I said, dear mom and dad, thank you for always believing me and always helping me go. And thank you for always driving me on time to my baseball games and practice. And Dad, thank you for thanks for teaching me how to play catch in first grade. That you started it all. From Gavin.
That's cool. What did they say?
My dad said, did you actually write that, or were you assigned to write that? And then I
so
said
what'd you say?
And then I said, why does that matter? It's just the writing that counts.
That's cool. That's very smart. And what did he say?
He said, oh, thanks, Gav.
So, but what's that a reminder of? We should be showing gratitude when?
All the time.
Often as we can, right? Because it makes people work harder and help you more, right? Because they know they're appreciated part of you. Big Joe, did you show some gratitude this week?
Not assigned, but I will, and I'll email it to you.
Okay, you don't have to email it to me, but what you could do is take a page out of Gavin's or Cap's book and write your mom and dad a note or something, right? Because your mom and dad help you out a lot with sports, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, you still got football, basketball, and baseball going, right?
Yeah.
That's a pretty big time commitment, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Who has their book open to page 40? Anybody start watching the Michael Jordan documentary?
I did.
Yeah.
I'm on page 40.
What'd you guys think?
It's
was
really
good.
cool.
That's pretty amazing. Gab, do you want to read the Michael Jordan quote?
Yeah, sure. Obstacles don't have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it, go through it, or work around it. Michael Jordan.
What does that mean?
Like, if you go through a hard time, like maybe you're hitting 100, you don't just say, oh, I'm so bad, and just give up. Try to fix it and don't just hit the wall and fall down. Try to go work around it and go through it.
No, absolutely. That makes a ton of sense. And for you guys watching the documentary, did you guys notice in the it was either the first or the second episode what he was doing with his teammates?
Yeah,
What was he doing?
he was pushing them to get better because he wanted to win.
Yeah, and do you think those teammates are pretty successful?
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, they're playing in the NBA, huh? They're probably
Yeah.
getting paid a couple $1 million a year to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you still got a guy motivating another guy, finding a way, doing it, whatever it takes. And what did you guys know the end of the story? Do you know what happened that year?
Yeah.
What happened?
He hit the game-winning shot to win the finals.
Yeah, they won the 6th championship with that group. And that's the type of stuff it takes. And you need to want it more. And Jack, you got your book open? Read that paragraph on wanting it more.
Okay. Yeah. You need to want it more. You need to want it more than your circumstances should allow you to want it. You need to want it more than the people around you. You need to want it so much that you'll take your circumstances, deal with it head on, and find a way around it, through it, over it, under it, or whatever it takes to keep moving forward.
So what does that mean?
I think it means like if the people that want it more, they find the problem and face it head on and try to get over, like, around it or through it, and try to like fix the problem.
So can somebody give me an example of that on the baseball field that you have experienced and had to overcome?
I can.
Okay.
So I was playing Little League, and I got elected to the Little League All-Stars, and I wasn't playing much. I was always on the bench, but I practiced a lot, and I worked harder, and that very next season, I ended up hitting third. I had like 4 home runs, and it was really cool because I had gone from someone who didn't have much playing time to someone that was playing every game, all game.
Yeah, and you know what, Brady, I'm really glad that you brought that up because I remember that story, and there were a couple things you could have blamed it on, right? What could you have blamed it on?
I could have blamed it on the coach for not
Yep,
playing me.
and the politics, right? Because he
Yeah.
had his guys and you weren't one of his guys, and he was treating people differently. And here's the thing, knowing that situation, he may very well have been treating you differently than other people. But what is that a testament to?
That's a testament to like how hard I worked to get into that spot.
You were demonstrably better than anybody else in that situation, so he had to put you in the middle of the order, right?
Yeah.
And that is what this whole paragraph is about. Because if you blamed it on the coach, what would that have been?
That would have been a way I would just hit the wall and turn it back around.
It would have been an excuse. And knowing that situation and the whole dynamics that went in, it would have been very easy to blame that on the coach in the situation. And you didn't. You worked harder and you figured it out. And that's something that you're going to have with you for the rest of your life, right? That
Yeah.
you can overcome anything. Who else has another example of that?
I do.
Yep.
Well, I mean, like there's one example in this chapter, but like when we were younger, we had 8 o'clock games, like basically every tournament, and like I hated getting up early, so I decided that I was going to go to bed super early the night before, and then when I woke up, have a good breakfast to get me going for the day.
No, that's fantastic. And you could have blamed it on your circumstance for your problems. Cade, do you have any examples?
Yeah. So a specific one when I was like, my dad couldn't go to the batting cages. Like I would hit in the tee during the day, and then like he couldn't go to the batting cages, and I couldn't get like actual hitting in like over the net. I would just like blame it on that, but then I found a way to get my brother to do it with me.
No, that's fantastic. So the reality of is if you're making up a reason or you're blaming the situation on someone else, what is it?
It's an excuse.
It's an excuse. And Ken Lear says excuses are for people that don't want it bad enough, right? They don't want it bad enough. And if you took any one of those circumstances you guys just came up with, there were perfect reasons why it wasn't going to work out. And you overcame the obstacle. And I want you to remember the work that went into it. The first thing you had to do was you had to confront it, right? You had to confront the situation that you were not getting what you wanted. Brady wasn't playing enough. Jordan wasn't getting the game times. Cade wasn't able to practice. And what you did is you assessed the situation and you said, okay, what am I going to do about it? And all 3 of you chose to put your head down, go back to work, and then you end up getting what you wanted, which was absolutely fantastic. Who can read the Ross Perot quote on the next
I
page?
can.
Okay, go for it.
Most people give up just when they're about to achieve success. They quit on the 1-yard line. They give up at the last minute of the game at 1 foot from a winning touchdown.
So what does that mean?
Like maybe sometimes they're like they give up when something like challenging or like something big's happening, and so they just gotta like kind of work through it. Like if you're gonna want it that much, like
Absolutely. So have you guys ever heard the saying that it is the darkest before the dawn?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means that, like, before something good happens, it's always the worst that happens right before it.
Right. So if you think about that situation, your highest level of frustration, your biggest lack of hope, the toughest circumstance sometimes is right before the greatest victory. Does that make sense, Cap?
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing that Ross Perot was pointing out there, is that if you want something, no matter how dark the circumstance is, you have to keep pushing forward. And then what you're going to find, I mean, Brady, you went from a nothing on that all-star team, barely made it token person, which is probably as low as you can get, to being right, batting third and being the guy in all the right spots, right?
Yeah.
So if you think about that, that's what Ross Perot's talking about there, is even though the circumstance is tough, you got to keep fighting. And the biggest piece, Joe, what is the biggest contention that players and parents have in sports? When your dad coaches football, what's the biggest complaint he gets from parents?
That their kid's not playing enough.
Yep, it's all about playing time. And we have a saying at Hard 90 about playing time. You have to be what?
better guy taking your spot.
Just better?
A lot, like
We use a word, it's called demonstrably better. And so if you're demonstrably better, Big Joe, who can tell that you're better?
The coach.
Okay, the coach. Who else can tell that you're better?
The other team.
Who else can tell that you're better?
Teammate.
Your teammates. Who else?
Yourself.
Yourself. How about the fans? Have you ever gone to a sporting event where you looked out there and you said, "Oh my God, that guy is demonstrably better than anybody else on the field, court, diamond"? Have you ever done that? Experienced it?
Yeah.
I mean, we're watching that documentary on Michael Jordan. Would you say that he was demonstrably better than anybody on the court?
Yeah.
So that's what you've got to achieve. And if you have that mindset of becoming demonstrably better, then guess what? They're not going to be able to keep you off the court. They're not going to be able to stop you from getting what you want. And again, I go back to Brady. I think it's really cool you have that experience at such a young age that you did that. And we say that use the lack of playing time as fuel to what?
To work hard enough to like move up in the order.
Right. Fuel to work harder. What did William Ward say, Cap?
He said, adversity causes some men to break, others to break records.
So you think about every problem in front of you, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to get better, test yourself. And what's the worst thing that's going to happen?
you fail, you get better.
You get better, right? You learn something. So the lesson this week was really, when it comes down to it, are you going to make an excuse or are you going to rise to the occasion? Deal with your
Right.
misfortune head on, and winners are going to take the challenge and find a way, right? So that's what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
You guys got anything else you want to share? Cool. Well, make sure you guys that are on the trio are on the call tomorrow, because Taylor Garcia is going to be on there, and he's got a really cool story about playing at Westmont and some of the stuff that he's doing right now in COVID to stay in shape. Next time, we're going to go over the last section, which is always learning something, a core value of ours at Hard 90. Your homework is, I want you to write down and share with me a time that you failed and learned something of value. Can we do that?
Mhm.
Yep.
Cool. And hey guys, anybody anxious to get back on the field?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
getting close. We're getting real close. We're monitoring the stuff at the state level and hoping that we're only a couple days, if not weeks away. So hopefully we're going to see you guys in person real soon. All right.
Yep.
Sweet.
Good stuff, guys. Have a great day. It was good seeing everybody.